The two most notorious pirates in One Piece has to be Roger and Rocks. Roger because he found the One Piece, later being called King of the Pirates. Rocks because he banded one of the most fiercest pirate crews on the seas. I mean, 3 of his crew members became emperors of the sea. We had Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard. So you'd think that none of these pirates would be afraid of anything, but wrong. See, as they've stormed into God Valley and they've started attacking the Marines, the Holy Knights gearing up ready to battle, which I will get to in a moment, none of this phases them, except for one cannonball thrown right at the centre. The cannonball, a meteor fist cannonball. That's right, Garp has entered, and damn does Rocks and Roger look scared. Not Garp. Garp is ecstatic. He couldn't wait to join in. But you can actually understand why Rocks and Roger are so afraid. I mean, we saw what happened in Pirate Island when Garp, in his olden days, attacked it. Did you see it? That galaxy impact? Just imagine what Garp could do now in his prime. It's just... But, going back to the Holy Knights, we do get to see a few new members. We saw 2 guys with horns, a woman with a long sword, and looks like a kid, probably not a kid, with a gun. Now, strangely enough, I don't know about you, but one of the guys with the horns looks very similar to Loki. And, I mean, he's huge. Not as huge as the other guy with the horns, but is it just me, or does he look like Loki? You let me know. Okay, so I have a confession. Even though Garp has stormed into the island, even though we've seen new members of the Holy Knights, even though Rocks and Roger look like they're shitting their bricks, there is one major story within this chapter, in this smaller chapter compared to last week's chapter, that has just captured my eye, and that is the evolution of Dragon. I mean, Dragon, he was a Marine. He grew up in the Marines. His father was a Marine. How could someone grow up with that kind of lifestyle, transition to becoming one of the most wanted in the entire One Piece world? And I've been thinking about that for a while. Ever since I found out about Dragon initially being in the Marines. And I think the answer is God Valley. See, this is the place where he saw what the Marines were actually doing. They were not standing up for justice, protecting civilians. They were just following orders. Worse, they didn't argue back on any of the orders when they went against what the whole Marines were meant to stand for. They were just dolls, being controlled by the puppet master. I mean, this must be where Dragon's having a complete mental breakdown. I could only imagine little cadet Dragon in his head going exactly insane like Kobe did when he was at Marineford.
These are human lives! This is wrong! Why are they dying? What are they even fighting for?
Because the truth is, what is all this for? And when he sees Kuma and Ivankov being targeted by a celestial dragon, bearing in mind Kuma and Ivankov must have been children at this point, I think this was the last straw for Dragon. I think he literally lost it. Because he ends up shooting the celestial dragon, which you'd think is a big no-no for a Marine. I mean, bloody hell, Luffy got into a lot of trouble just for hitting the celestial dragon. I couldn't imagine what would have happened to Dragon for shooting him. Maybe this was the reason why he knew he had to leave the Marines. Maybe this is what caused him to be the most wanted man. Anyway, not only does he go and save Ivankov and Kuma, he also saves Garland's twins. See, Garland's baby mama asked him to take him, knowing that she was going to die soon, and hoping to God that their twins would not grow up anything like Garland. So Dragon obliges. He picks both of them up and he takes them. This is where I get confused, because what we know is Shanks ended up in Roger's ship, but he was alone. What happened to Shamrock? Did Garland take him back? Did Dragon leave him? How did Dragon decide which one to take and which one to leave? Did he play Ip Dip Do? I don't know. This is something that is really, really, really on my mind. So maybe you guys could tell me what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments.